Good morning, everyone. Today is Saturday, August 23rd, 2025. I would say the time goes by really, really fast, um, which is great. Today is going to be a nice, beautiful day. I think it's supposed to be in the mid 70s today, so I'm really excited about that. Plus, I'm going to the family reunion with my family, and which is pretty cool. And yeah, so um, I'm going to send you the disturbing video. Um, I will say one thing I I really can't stand and can't tolerate is I really can't tolerate uh, people who who's can't really stand people who's like a molester, like someone who fool around with children, and I really can't tolerate people who are like that. I mean, that's uncalled for. Um, I mean, if it was up to me, let's say uh, I was president or something, I would say, you know, hey, I would say it'd be a capital punishment, like a huge capital punishment. No one should, you know, no one should live that mess around with children, you know, especially the one that has special needs. But anyways, I have this video that I'm going to show to you guys. It really disgusts me, and it's really uncalled for. And yeah, so before I go to this video, please subscribe to my channel. Click the notification. Click the like button. Need the algorithm. But yeah, I mean, this person should go underneath the jail. But anyways, here's a video. Leave a comment on my page.
Described Brittany Lyons before sentencing her to 100 years to life. Lyons is a former babysitter who pleaded guilty to assaulting young girls that she was hired to look after in Carlsbad. NBC7's Nicole Gomez was in the courtroom when the emotional victim impact statements were read. Joining us live right now from the district courthouse is horrible. Nicole.
Marianne, this was probably one of the toughest sentencing hearings I've ever been to. Nearly everyone in the court was crying. I myself was fighting back tears. The victims' families have been waiting years and years. They wanted desperately to go to trial, did not agree with this plea deal, but they have been waiting nearly a decade for this day to come.
All the families are right. The defendant is a monster. There's just no other way. So this absolute monster for the havoc that she's wreaked on our society, on our citizens. It's deplorable. It's disgusting. But it's over today.
After nearly 10 years, Brittany Lyons sentenced to 100 years to life in prison after pleading guilty to assaulting young girls she was hired to look after in Carlsbad. In 2016, Brittany Lyons and her boyfriend, Samuel Cabrera Jr., were arrested. Prosecutors say she filmed her boyfriend assaulting two 7-year-olds multiple times over the course of a year. Even a 3-year-old was involved and assaulted as well. Her boyfriend was convicted in 2021 by a jury and sentenced to life in prison without parole. Earlier this year, Lyon pled guilty in connection with the case. Today, several victims' family members gave victim impact statements, and the court ordered us to blur their faces.
I hope you never get out, as you don't deserve to be a part of this community. You can't be trusted, no matter what no matter what you want people to believe. You made your choice to be with a sick, twisted individual and molest children. You knew what you were doing. No matter what you think, you have no idea what heartbreak feels like until your 7-year-old daughter asks you if she's in trouble for getting molested. Brittany manipulated our daughter to make her think she was doing something wrong by being the victim of child molestation. Brittany manipulated our daughter to make her think she was doing something wrong by being the victim of child molestation. I repeat, Brittany Lyon manipulated our daughter to make her think that she was doing something wrong by being the victim of child molestation. I'll write it 700 more times if that's what it takes for you to realize that Brittany should never be considered for early release parole or any lessening of sentences or charges. She is a monster.
Now, prosecutors say that because of California's elderly parole program, there is a chance that Lyon could be released at the age of 50. However, the judge said that is highly unlikely. We're live in Vista. Nicole Gomez, NBC 7.
100 years in prison for the low-life babysitter who purposefully babysat children with special needs so she could allow her disgusting boyfriend access to abuse them. It all started in 2016 when a 7-year-old girl told her mom she no longer wanted to be near a trusted family friend and babysitter, 31-year-old Brittany Lyon. After a bit of prying, the little girl tells her mom that Brittany and her boyfriend, Samuel Cabrera, had been sexually assaulting her. The mom called police, who ended up finding a locked box in Samuel's vehicle, which contained multiple thumb drives, each which held hundreds of videos of Brittany and Samuel abusing special needs children. Police said the two, quote, drugged and used extreme cruelty and brutality on the children, some of whom were nonverbal. Samuel Cabrera was previously sentenced to 8 life terms without parole, and yesterday, on August 14th, Brittany was sentenced to 100 years to life. Brittany pleaded guilty to 2 felony counts of lewd act upon a child and 2 counts of forced lewd act upon a child. She also confessed to kidnapping, residential burglary, and sexually assaulting multiple victims.
Man, that's just sick. Yeah, I'm just saying that's just really, really sick. I can't stand people who messes with children like that. Look, man. I know, like, as a Christian, God says, you gotta forgive others. Like, it's not our judgment to, take someone's life like that. Like, I do agree with that. I really do agree, with what the Bible said. But sometimes it's like why? Like, why would you, give them another chance? Like, I know you said vengeance is yours, but it's like you're not doing anything, But, of course, I can't make any judgment call or anything. But yeah, I would say she does deserve a capital punishment. And same with her boyfriend, especially her boyfriend, big time. Like, he should be the main one, should be in capital punishment. And I do agree with the judge, though. 100 years is actually a pretty good sentence. 100 years to life in prison. I'll say that's a fair statement. But to her boyfriend, he should have like a capital punishment. Actually, they both should have capital punishment. But hey, here in the United States, they don't do that. So, you know, I would say 100 years in prison is where they belong. And that's good. That means the officer and the judge are doing their job, because it is sick when they have to mess with children. So, anyway, especially, special needs children, like that's like really cruelty, like so messed up, so uncalled for, downgraded, plain dirty, like, any way you want to call it, it's wrong. So, I have this one website. Is from the district attorney of county of San Diego, and the statement saying, babysitter who provides special needs children for boyfriend to molest sentenced to life in prison, which that's a great thing. So, San Diego County District Attorney Summer Stephen said today that Brittany Lyon, 31, who is 31 years old, has been sentenced to life in prison for her role in, I think it's called procuring at least 4 young girls for her boyfriend, Samuel Cabrera, to molest, and for participating in the disturbing abuse with him. 2 girls were 7 and the other were just 3 years old of age. 7 and 3. Like, that's disgusting. That's really, really gross. And I'm glad that, they're in jail for 100 years, because that's just wrong. That's just totally wrong. Excuse me. Actually, I would say this is orange juice that I'm drinking. It's pretty good, pretty healthy. It's like nice, fresh. It is store bought. I didn't do it myself. It is store bought, but it is very, very delicious. In the meanwhile, two had an autism diagnosis. One was nonverbal. That's despicable, right there. Lyon was sentenced today to 100 years to life in prison after pleading guilty in May to 2 felony counts of lewd act upon a child and 2 counts of forcible lewd act upon a child. She also admitted the allegations of kidnapping, residential burglary, and to sexually assaulting multiple victims. Her co-defendant, Cabrera, was previously convicted by a jury in 2019 and sentenced to 8 life terms without parole in 2021. Today's just sentence ends a despicable chapter that has destroyed innocents and devastated families in San Diego County, DA Stevens said, or I should say District Attorney Stevens said. This defendant was ruthless in posing as a trustworthy babysitter and recruiting autistic children only to commit the most atrocious acts upon them, which is So wrong. It's just so wrong. The abuse came to came to light when one of the 7-year-old girls told her mother in 2016 that she no longer wanted to go anywhere with Leon. A family a family friend who sometimes babysit her. The girls told her mother about the abuse, which led police to Cabrera. After a brief chase, police found a double-locked box in his car containing his 6 computer hard drives. That's just really sick. With hundreds of videos depicting Leon and Cabrera sexually abusing the children and at times drugging or assaulting them using extreme cruelty and brutality. In addition to the videos of the young victim, there were there were dozens of video that Leon had taken. I think it's surreptitiously of women and girls in changing rooms, at clothing stores, bathrooms, and locker rooms at various North County businesses. That's just so wrong. So wrong. Let me see. With other unknown victims on the tapes, police sought assistance from the public looking for parents who hired Leon, a San Marcos resident who had advertised her services on a babysitting website. The 3 remaining victims had connected with Leon from the website, where she specifically touted her interest in working with special needs children. She doesn't deserve to work with special needs anymore, especially after, what she did to him. That's just so messed up. Communications between Leon and Cabrera showed they regularly coordinated access to the children for abuse by Leon, bringing the children to Cabrera's home, or by Leon allowing Cabrera to access the children in their own homes or Leon's home. She also sexually assaulted the children with Cabrera, and alone, Leon would obtain drugs and other items used to abuse the children. Although Leon has been sentenced to more than 100 years to life in prison, she will be eligible under current elder parole laws to begin petitioning the court for parole at age 50, and if granted, will have only served approximately 28 years, a fraction of life sentence handed down by the court. So basically she could get out when she's 50 years old and start her life back over. No, I wouldn't give her that chance. I wouldn't let her out. After what she did to those kids, especially 2 of them that have special needs, no. I would not grant that at all. So, to address situations like this, the district attorney office is a sponsor of Senate Bill 286, authored by State Senator Brian Jones, which would exclude convicted sex offenders from applying for elderly parole. The proposed legislation is currently sitting in the suspense file in the Senate Appropriation Committee, and most likely will not make it to a floor vote this legislative session. Sorry, guys. Tongue twisted a little bit. So after the horrific sexual crimes Brittany Leon committed against children, District Attorney Summer Stephen did her job in securing a just sentence of 100 years to life, said Senate Minority Leader Brian Jones. Now it's time to, it's time for the state to do its job and honor that sentence for the sake of the victims. Shamefully, a loophole in California law could allow Leon to walk free after serving less than a third of her sentence. Senate Bill 286 would close that loophole and ensure violent child rapists serves their full sentence. I'm calling on my Democrat colleagues to stop protecting predators, move this important bill forward, and deliver justice for victims. I agree. I totally agree with that 100%. In cases like this, people who are predators should be in prison for a long time. They shouldn't be getting out at all. Not at all, because it's just wrong. It's sick and disgusting, and they shouldn't deserve to get out at all. Let me see. Where am I at? Okay, so Assembly Bill 47, a similar bill that's also supported by the District Attorney Office, authored by Assembly Member Stephen, I think is Nguyen or Guyon, also seeks to prevent sex offenders from qualifying for early parole under the elder parole law. It too is in limbo in the Assembly Appropriation Committee suspense file. Our goal in supporting these bills is to safeguard the just sentence that violent sex offenders and murderers are given by the courts after they committed some of the most heinous offenses, and stop them from being released back into the community with plenty of opportunity to reoffend, DA Stevens said. The victims, their families, and the safety of all children in California needs to be the priority, not Miss Lyon and other violent child molesters like her. The age of 50 is hardly elderly, particularly is the realm of child molesters who need only be in a position of trust and power to access and sexually abuse children. San Diego County Supervisor Jim Desmond will introduce a board letter in support of SB 286 and AB 47 on August 26, seeking wider support from his colleague on the board. So basically, I'm glad that they're serving 100 years in prison basically a life sentence. They shouldn't be able to get out at all. So they'll be sitting in prison for the rest of their lives, which is good. They do need to be in prison. That's one thing I cannot tolerate is someone who messes with children. You know, someone who sexually abused a child. Like, especially the special needs child. I mean, it's uncalled for. And lately, you know, I had to think logically of what to say, because I was getting a little bit emotional, and I just don't want to act out or say anything negative that's, you know, that's emotionally thinking. I have to think more logically instead of emotionally, so like I won't say the wrong stuff. But yeah, you know, they deserve to be in prison. I would have said they should have a capital punishment, but I know here in America they don't do that. And you know, it's really not our call to, you know, give them that, you know. So, you know, we, like I said, you know, it's sick, it's just wrong. And yeah, but I'm glad the judge did his job. I'm glad that they are put away and deserve to be in prison. Hopefully they think of what they did in prison for the rest of their lives. Also, you know, people in prison, they'll be looking at them funny too. Not only looking at them funny, but people in prison, they don't like child molester at all. So I'll say better watch out, you know, because those guys, they're not the one to mess with. But anyways, thank you for watching this video. Take care, give care, and I'll see you later.